What's up, y'all? It's Kreshai's Kitchen, aka Kreshai, and you are watching Cocktails with Josiah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Josiah, and you are watching another episode of Cocktails with Josiah. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Josiah's World TV. You are watching another episode of Cocktails with Josiah. And guess who I have in the building today? Today, celebrity chef Kreshai. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I had a great day. How was your day?
My day was pretty interesting. I'm ready to just kind of sit back. You know, it's the end of the night with these cocktails. We are actually sipping on mojito with mint and lime in them. So,
and I need this.
And I was nervous too, I'm not gonna lie, because I felt like, I was like, you know, I know you text me brown, but you know, your boy was like, I was in a rush. I was like, I wonder if she like these mojitos.
Well, it don't matter. I mean, I do like mojitos. I like all alcohol, especially when I ain't paying for it. It's even better. So I didn't mind what we was drinking.
So I understand that you are an entrepreneur, a celebrity chef, a blogger, you know, a BBW model. Like, how did you all start getting into that?
Okay, so all these things happen like spontaneously. I lost my job 4 years ago, which I've always like loved to cook. I've always loved food, you know. I ain't big for nothing. So my mom was like, maybe I should sell plates. So I started selling plates, and then that picked up, and then I started cooking at clubs, which is where I started meeting celebrities. And then Chris Sales was my first celebrity to hire me to cook for him. And that's how that started, and then I kind of just grew from there. And then I would make sure that, like, you know, at some point I would name drop, like when I meet another person, like, hey, you know, I want to cook for you. I cooked for Chris Sales. Like, I'm going to throw that in there so you know, like, I'm legit. And then the plus size modeling started. My cousin Big Jazz, I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a dancer. She created.
I've seen her on Instagram.
Okay, so she's a BBW influencer. She does modeling. So there was a couple times I would go with her to her events, and it was one day the lady was like, do you model? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, I think you should try, and like put me on the spot. And I was like, what do I do? So I actually realized, like, okay, I look good on camera. Like, okay. So I was like, maybe I can do this too. So that's like a hobby, like something I do for fun. YouTube, I originally started YouTube with my girlfriend at the time. And that's because I was hanging out with Chris and all his YouTube friends. I was like, okay.
Y'all get like couple vlogs and stuff like that.
I'm like, y'all get money on YouTube. So maybe I should do YouTube. So I had been featured on a couple of Chris videos, a couple of Parker videos. I've done videos with other YouTubers. So I was like,
to come check that out.
Maybe I should do my own. So I started doing YouTube, and then when we separated, I continued doing it by myself. So I had to change like my channel. So now everything's food related. Well, that's the plan. It's hard because I want to do so much, but
so much.
That's how that came about.
Wow, like, you know what, that's so inspiring, because I remember a few years ago, you know, I used to see you on Instagram about, you know, hey, I got plates for $7, you know, I got the whole shrimp pasta with crawfish in it, and you get a bread and a side of Coke, and like, oh my God, like, I hear so many people talk about it, like, there's people on my timeline, man, like, have you hit up Kreshai Kitchen? I was like, wow, like, and you just from that and just moving your way up is like so inspiring, you know?
Honestly though, it's still shocking to me because, you know, we didn't tell our back history. So me and him been knowing each other since middle school.
Middle school, yeah.
And it's like, I grew up being one of those kids that never thought I would be like special, or never thought I would be someone that people look up to. So I still have moments where I be in shock. Like, my aunt wrote me literally the other day and was telling me how her boss at the stuffed potato factory was like, there's this girl on Instagram who's like blowing up, and he showed her my Instagram. And I'm sitting there like, that's crazy, because to me, no matter how many people I feed, I still feel like a small person. Like, I don't feel like a big component. So it's like, when people tell me stuff like that, I'm really like shocked. Like, really? Like, because I don't feel big. Like, I feel like I'm just doing something I love. So it's just shocking to see how far it's getting me, knowing that I'm not doing this purposely. I didn't become a celebrity chef because I wanted to be one. I became because I started cooking for celebrities. And now I claim the title, but at first I was just like, okay, I cooked for one. Okay, you know, but
Yes.
it's been a fun ride.
That's hilarious now. Like,
Yes, I love her.
That's Liddy.
I love her.
That's definitely Liddy itself.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard the first time too.
Oh, like cooking for her? What you mean?
Because I am self-taught. So I don't have no culinary experience. So I learned everything as I go. So I be nervous sometimes to know what they're gonna ask for. Like, Jess, she wanted fried catfish, which is fine, but I'm not, you know, okay, my grandmothers, we didn't really eat fish that much. So like we grew up on like tilapia, which, and then, you know, everybody said tilapia wasn't good. So then we moved over to healthier fish. I personally don't know how to really make all fish without a deep fryer. Well, I didn't. But then when I went to Dallas to cook for Jess, she ain't had no deep fryer. And I didn't have that much time. So I had to figure out how to do this. So the whole time I'm sitting there like praying, like, Lord, don't let this fish fall apart in this grease. Like, I need this to work for me. And it's like so satisfying, like, for her to take one bite and tell me that's the best catfish she ever had. And I'm looking at her like, really? Because that's the first time I ever made it. Like, so it's like, I feel like it's a blessing. I feel like it's a blessing. I feel like God did not put me here, bring me this far for no reason. So I feel like my goals are definitely going to happen. So I'm just trying to be consistent.
It's good. And I know that you wrote down, well, I know you was talking on Instagram a few weeks ago about just writing your goals and smashing them in silence. How important is that?
It's very important. At one point last year, right before Trade Day happened, all my close friends got mad at me and turned on me. It was a small situation, but it wasn't handled properly. And I was forced to be alone. And it let me realize, since my breakup, I actually have not been alone. This whole time, I've been distracted by these people and these people. I never took time out to myself. So that was the first time I was really by myself. And I was like, okay, I need to find a way to be okay. So I started writing and I started praying and I started, you know, asking God to guide me. And then literally like a month later, I ended up cooking for Trade Day weekend and I ended up meeting all these people, Dan Rue, Nick Pattywag, the Westbrooks.
Yes. They're
so beautiful in person. And I realized that sometimes isolating yourself is the best way to get yourself focused. You don't realize how much time you put into other things until you're by yourself in a room and you have nowhere to go. And you realize, I really have not focused on me. So now that I am focused on me, everybody feel like I'm MIA a lot. I don't care about hanging out with them. But really, I realized that the only reason I had desire to hang out with y'all is because I wasn't happy with myself. Now that I'm happy with myself, I'm okay with being by myself. And I don't care to be around anyone that does not have my drive or my common goal. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Who, like, I feel that, because you know what, Kreshai, like, I'm going through the same thing now as we speak. Like, it's like a shift personally. Just like with old friends just not understanding what's going on. You know, you don't go out no more. You don't go out. You don't turn up anymore. You know, what happened? And I was just like, dude, like, I'm really trying to build myself and make it to the top and be the best version of myself, you know, and I had to isolate myself. So that's a good word.
Yeah, being an entrepreneur is 24/7. It's never a break. Even when I'm sleeping, I wake up and the first thing I think is, what can I do? Like, there's never a break. And people don't realize being an entrepreneur is one of the hardest jobs you can have because you live day to day. I live day to day. If I don't sell a pan today, I have no money tomorrow. So it's not, I feel like, okay, there's two different types of entrepreneur. You got the entrepreneur that has a job and they have a backup plan. You have an entrepreneur that has nothing but this. And I feel like that's the hard part, because even if you do have a job, you can still be a full-time entrepreneur, but it's still harder for you because that time that you're at work, you're not putting into your craft. And then you have people like me who don't have another job, so I literally have nothing but time to put into my craft. But it's like, it's harder because then all I'm doing is overthinking everything. I'm sitting around trying to figure out, how can I make this better? How can I do this? And I don't have another source of income. So it's very stressful. So I sometimes feel like I don't have the desire to go out and spend money on other stuff when I'm about to be struggling tomorrow because I'm trying to reach my goals. Like, I would rather sit at home and be poor at this point.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I would.
I feel you. Wow. What advice do you have for upcoming chefs and entrepreneurs?
I get that question a lot. I get a lot of DMs about people asking me for advice. I would say with being an entrepreneur, there is no piece of paper that's going to certify you to do what you need to do. And I'm not saying don't go to school, because I am currently in school myself to be a teacher. However, I've been in college for 8 years and I'm still not finished. So I've learned along the way that those 8 years I spent in college, I've been cooking for 4, and I'm just as far as I would have been if I was a teacher. So, meaning that the best thing for you to do, if you feel like you want to do something, you want to learn how to do something, then do it. Like Nike said, just do it. The best thing to do is to just go out there and do it. You want to be a photographer, get a camera, start taking pictures, because honestly, the best way to learn is through experience.
Yes.
If you fail a couple times, that's normal, versus you learning how to do something and then fail, and then you're going to beat yourself up about it. I feel like that's what it is for me. When I'm struggling with something, I just force myself to do it anyways, because I'm going to learn from my mistakes. As for being a chef, I feel like being self-taught is hard because there's a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know how to do to this day. Like, I still struggle, but I will say people respect the fact that I am self-taught. They respect the fact that it's a different process for me. You can't ask me to make lamb chops and I make you the perfect lamb chops the first time. No, I may have to be like, I don't think this is safe. Let me try it again. Don't eat that. But I'm vocal about it. Like, I've never made this before, but I'm going to put my best foot forward. Most people respect that. I do feel like there are certain things in culinary everyone does need to know. I learned from reading books or reading articles, and I do have fellow chefs that have been to culinary school. So I call them like, hey, what is the proper way to fry a steak or something, like, or what is the proper way to make it this temperature? Like, it is not as easy as you think it is. However, if that's something you want to do it. YouTube, that's school in itself. Google,
yes.
You have so many avenues of learning how to do things. Just do it on your own, because there's nothing nobody can tell you that you can't figure out on your own.
Woo, there you go. Amen. That's definitely a word right there. So, I know you love to cook, like, chef, entrepreneur. What are some of your personal favorite dishes? Like, what's like your favorite dish out of your favorite dish?
I'm not gonna lie. I love steak. I do not eat it often because steak, you can't eat steak every day. But I absolutely love
Me too.
steak. I can eat steak, a baked potato, and like salad every day if I could. I love making steak, but one of my favorite dishes that I make for me personally is fried fish and etouffee. Yes, I don't know what it is, but it was like the first time I made it for somebody else. I tasted it and was like, sis, you just did something.
You did that.
So, like, that's one of my favorite dishes. Like, but I have created my own dishes that I love as well. I have my nacho pasta. I think it's bomb. It's a combination of nachos and pasta. Pasta is what got me started. So I do a lot of different pastas, and I try to relate everything back to pasta. I even have these Alfredo chicken wings that I've been working on.
Come on, Alfredo chicken wings. That sounds different.
I'm trying to stick to, I want everything to be like pasta based, because that's what got me started. So I don't ever want to just completely move on from that. So I try to do a lot of fusion, make stuff go together. So yeah, I even have pasta baked potatoes. I have like chicken Alfredo baked potatoes, and they're really bomb. I will say that. You would not believe how much stuff Alfredo can go on, and it tastes good.
I gotta taste that, definitely. Ooh, yes.
Well, you let me know when you're ready and you're gonna taste it.
Okay. So, is there any celebrity that you can see yourself cooking with or cooking for?
So, my goal for 2020, 2021 is to get into Tyler Perry Studios. I have been praying, speaking into existence. I've been emailing, writing, like everything possible to get in touch with this man. And that is my overall goal. Him, Tyler Perry, and Jada Pinkett are two of the people I really, really want to cook for. And it's because their stories. Jada Pinkett, one, the Red Table Talk, every time I watch it, I be emotional. But it's like the fact that she cares so much about what other people went through, and she's like, she has such a nurturing like presence. I feel like she would just get me and just get my drive and just understand why I'm going so hard to get to where I'm going. And then Tyler Perry, on the other hand, started from nothing, which
started out
homeless, which unfortunately I didn't start out homeless, but it's like I still started from nothing. And it's like I know what it takes to fight so hard for something. I've only been cooking professionally for 4 years. And how many people can say they started selling plates 4 years ago and now they've cooked for over 60 celebrities? Not all people can say that. So I feel like I have the determination. I know I have what it takes. So it's like those are the two people that I really, really want to reach. So I'm planning on possibly moving to Atlanta.
Come on, Atlanta.
I'm trying to figure out how to get in touch with Tyler Perry himself. But if not, if I can't figure it out, when it's time for me to pack up, I'm going to just be on the porch, knocking at the door. Like, I just need one chance.
Right. Like, definitely go up there and just like, hey, you know, your little crew, you know, I can give y'all some free plates. Just try it out. Let us know what you think. That would be dope.
Like, I just need one opportunity. That's it.
And it's coming because you've been grinding hard. You've been networking with the right people. It's definitely coming.
What made you start doing interviews?
Man, you know what, Kreshai? Like, I have always loved people, and I love kind of just connecting with people, right? I have a really huge heart. Sometimes I can be a bitch. I mean, it might not look like it, but people know me personally. I can be a lot sometimes. But I really just love people and just love getting to know different types of people, all types of people. You know, gay, straight, white, black. Like, I just love vibing and connecting and just really just getting to know inside people's minds. So that's what really had me the passion for that. Also, I looked at Oprah Winfrey and Tyra Banks and looked at all of them, and I just loved being in front of the camera and just really just bringing awareness to everything. Like, not only interviews, but like round table discussions or, you know, like, hey, this is the issue that's going on with colorism or stuff in America. You know, I just love bringing that up front. So
that is why I struggle, because I feel like I was born to be an all-around entrepreneur. Although I cook and all my eggs are in this basket, it's so hard to not want to do other stuff. I actually have thought about starting a podcast. You know, all the stuff I talk about on Instagram, motivational. I try to drop motivational gems all the time because I've been through a lot in my life. I've experienced a lot to only be 26. So I try to talk about those things. I'm very open with everybody because I feel like one day I'm going to be rich and I'm going to be a celebrity. You're going to know my life anyway, so why not I tell you?
Right.
You hear from me versus
they can just go back in the archives. Ooh, you know.
Exactly.
Said this.
So I don't have nothing to hide. And that's one of the biggest issues with me and my ex. She doesn't like that I bring her up in my videos. She feel like I'm trying to bash her. I'm not trying to bash you. I'm trying to tell my truth. My truth is my truth. I'm going to always tell it because this is who I am. I want to do so much. Like, that's the hard part. Like, I feel like once I reach my chef dream, my chef goal, then I like being behind the camera too. So I maybe want to be a TV chef, but then I also am in school to be a teacher. So I'm like, I want to teach people how to cook. It's a lot, which is why I love YouTube, because YouTube, you can do all those things on one platform and still put yourself out there in every way. And that is why I love YouTube. However, I have not been consistent. I need to be more consistent, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. I have a lot of plans. I even have my book of goals with me. I have a lot of things that I'm planning, so.
I do too. I have huge goals for myself, and we're both going to do it. 2020 is going to be
2020 is going to be the best year. January started off pretty hard. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
And Gianna.
That's why y'all ain't been seeing me, y'all on social media. I've been like, you know, still dealing with stuff.
I was not even well, I played basketball in high school, but I was not like a big sports fan. And regardless if you a sports fan or not, everybody knows Kobe Bryant's name. You know about him. That's just like Michael Jordan. You know about him. I've been hearing Kobe since I was a kid. So it was just, that hurt, and it was just more so his daughter was involved, and then all the other families that were hurt, and you know that was painful. Like when I first read it on Facebook, I thought it was a hoax.
Like we lost our cousin, you know.
Yeah, like
we
I
lost
thought it
a
was
close
fake.
family member. Yeah.
I was like, this is not real. I went on Google. I'm literally driving home from Dallas. I'm like, oh no, let me pull over. I went on Google, like, oh my God, like. I just wasn't disbelief.
It was on a Sunday. I was at a brunch. I was at a networking brunch, and I saw that I had to leave because I was just so butthurt. And normally, I love a good fun day Sunday, right? I would work my ass off doing Monday through Saturday, and then chill, do brunch or something on a Sunday. I couldn't even get into it because that death just really affected me. It's just the fact that, like you said, a father them knowing that they're both going to die together, and my heart is just out to all the families.
Yeah, like.
It's just
crazy. The
crazy.
worst part about it is just knowing like what was going through their minds those last couple seconds. And it was just like knowing that Kobe was such a great father. Only thing going through his mind was, I'm gonna protect my daughter. But it's like, it's sad. And then honestly, it's been depressing since because you have all these girl dad posts. And me, I wasn't close to my dad. I never got that girl dad feeling. So it's like, not only did we lose Kobe Bryant, but then you got every daughter in America feeling like, okay, let me appreciate my dad. And if you didn't have a dad, then it's like, okay. So it's like that's an ongoing feeling because it's like it sucks. But it's one of those things where I feel like life happens. Kobe Bryant had an amazing life while he was here.
He did.
His daughter, unfortunately, did not get to live her life. But what made me a little at peace was the one daughter that happened to pass with him was the one that was most like him. Mm-hmm. She was the only one following behind her dad's footsteps with him every step of the way. Would she have been okay without him?
Yes.
So I feel like it was God's plan for her to go with her dad. It just sucked that she didn't get to live her life. However, she left a great memory behind. And he did a great job making sure she had something that she could leave behind. So it's, everything happens for a reason. But my heart do go out to his family.
Absolutely. It's just so sad, just like still dealing with it, and just social media is just still in awe, over it. It's really tragic beginning of the year. Kreshai, thank you so much for joining me, just sipping over cocktails and everything. Where can everybody follow you, your work?
Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram at Kreshai's Kitchen, which is KRESHAIS Kitchen. Mm-hmm. And that is my page on Instagram, and I have that on Facebook as well. My personal page, in case you were wondering, if you want to see everything else I do, it's KRESHA is 6 A's _. I hope you put that in the description because
of course,
you're probably gonna spell that wrong.
It's gonna be right down here. Yeah, I'm putting it right down here.
It's gonna be right down there. So, my YouTube is The Real Kreshai. In case you want to go see the inconsistent videos that are on there.
Don't do yourself like that.
You can watch them. So yeah, that's where you can find me on my social media.
Yes, and make sure y'all all like, comment, subscribe to the video, and make sure that you all also follow the Kickback upcoming Black streaming service. It is really dope. It's getting lit. We getting into it, okay?
And we're both members of the Kickback.
Yes, we are both members to the Kickback. So you're having your own cooking show on the Kickback as well. So make sure y'all follow us. We are out. Peace.
Bye.